Endwalker continues. Radiant host at World's End. Greetings, honored signs of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap. Brave signs, you have got my gratitude for aiding my people in the most trying of times. Last matters here, may do to prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, arranged a feast to be held in your honor, may nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Vitra. Feast awaits you at the Meherdin's Mahin. May pray make your way to wherever the business. Oh my god! I'm getting so tongue-tied. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. Fuck off. Thank you for your kindness indeed. I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action. That seems to be an ideal venue. I'm getting so tongue-tied. Thanks to you, Kip. There's someone we'd hope to introduce you to in particular. Let's detain you further. Might you spare a moment of your time? I'm getting a little irritated of all the sidetracks from the main quest, actually. Personal invitation, knowing full well that your services are in the highest demand right now. Must be important. We're not. We'll have some food. We'll save some food so you take all the time you need. And whenever you're ready, please join me at the Aetheryte Plaza. She'll go on ahead. No, the 86 gear is gonna be perfect. Like that's gonna be just excellent. That's gonna work, and that carries me through 90 realistically. What do you mean I haven't attuned to the Aetheryte? What? Oh, right, because it was down before.
Yep.
I thought I teleported here though. Yeah, I Aetheryted here. How?
I thought you just got transported here to quest reasons.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Oh wait, no, you came from the beach town.
Oh, right.
Oh, well, fuck me, I guess.
That's the one.
October's up.
Access to the Aetheryte you see has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. So I apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to put free movement a visit. There's at a time an emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions will only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune to Aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor. Right, okay, so this is actual MSQ. Hey, event flag has been cleared. Oh, hey, look, I'm Ender. Yes, and my inventory is so messed up. We're not even going to talk about it. I had it clean and fine, and then stuff happened. Chivalrous Surcoat. Get out of here. Now they're doing yard work out there. Excellent. Legs, boots. Don't need that. Two, 3, 4, 5. I think everything else is fine. Actually, kind of like that, actually. Manganese Kite Shield actually goes kind of hard. I will not use my glam plate now. Perfect. Sweet. Okay, we're all good. What do you mean? What do you mean? Pre-order earrings? Oh, yes. They are absolutely nutty. They go way too hard. It does Aetheryte, right? Yes, it did. Literally, that comes down to... I, of course, went the wrong way again. Literally, this comes down to doing just all the stuff I need to, and then actually seeing what each of my classes needs, because I have classes all the way at 90. I have classes that are still at like 1, and I'm just, it's just kind of a pain. If anything, knowing that I have a single like crafter set at 40 should help expedite the process a little bit. Okay, I'm actually getting lost here. This is actually frustrating me. I hate city planners so much. This extends to IRL.
And this is a reasonably well laid out city as well.
Yeah. No, like there's a city near me I used to live in. God, I hate the city planners there. Remove my shard. I was wondering what this place is. Send the Hall of the Radiant Host from our leadership oversees all of Razathan's military operations. Sundar's destination just lies ahead. Oh, we're going right into that music. Okay. Welcome to Sundar. Without further ado, let me introduce you to... Oh, so you're the famous Kippe. I knew the moment you stepped through the door, you look like one who's walked through hell. Please, you're speaking to the Sachop's honored guest and the savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? Nope. Disrespect there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment. We're all friends here, or at least soon enough. More formally, for the benefit of the countrymen, a pleasure to have you with us, oh great champion Rosy, Scion the 7th Dawn, warrior of light, and all around good egg, I'm sure. I'm late for dinner. Here you've been to Kagane, where you'll have seen all sorts of foreign embassies and whatnot. Well, we got one of them there, Razathan too. Our lands send delegates to overseas trade and diplomatic dealings, military matters to discuss, and what's why we need officers stationed here in Sundarop. You're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? Generally. Representatives from Doma. From Alamigo. From Limsa. Redania. And last one ever do we see Ishgard. There's no Ul'dah? Eyes, ears, and mouths of the bridge that distance between Razathan and their respective homelands. There's no Ul'dah here. Unless they're Ul'dah. Let's share the detail of our plight with our overseas counterparts. You know that their leaders request a few words from you, specifically from High Demand A. Mind regaling us with your own account, indulge us before you indulge yourself. But I wanted the food. Ul'dah and Alameg. Okay, I missed it then. Thank you for the report of the conditions under which men are turned into beasts, the etheric anomalies you have observed. You've given us much to consider. It's concerning that this first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red, which is contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia on your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as the sports calamity here in Thavnir reached the Grand Company Orsi and the Far Eastern Allies, the leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us, and taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Agents were able to confirm that for the time being, the skies burnt only over the Bounty, including the islands of Corvos. Alas, that is of little comfort. Although allied lands, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From little we have learned, these incidents are similar to nature to that involving the merchant of Kalzal. As is the case here, the victims underwent a change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the bounty, the transformations do appear to be the subject of any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn into it, then nowhere is safe. Fact. I'm thinking the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? In Razadhan, we've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest blasphemies. Yeah, and they got smaller actually as time went on. Fitting name is anything ensure clarity in future communications. Shall urge our commerce to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies and put in their spawn as they appear. At the same time, they're doing all in their power to put the people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to tell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and that's for the reason we turn to you. For lend us your strength and help us slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. Bro, I'm getting flashbacks to Dark Knight 50 quest line. Like, come on, guys, you have to do something yourselves. Now that we don't give you, you don't have to give a reply for dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. It works against well, might serve against poorly against another. Or you go rushing to save everyone's day. Have a word with the delegates to tell you what to expect. With that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking into that fine cuisine. Gain access to the role quest for Endwalker. A separate quest line in store is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical DPS, magical DPS, and healer roles. Take these quests, speak with the delegates in Sundrop, and agree to defeat blasphemies that plague their respective homelands.
I'm going to let you know, if you're doing it at level, you're going to be able to do about 8 quests, because they don't give you shit for XP.
I mean, it's fine. I can just do them as 90.
Yeah, I still recommend doing the magic ranged, because that's itch guard.
I apologize keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You'll be rejoining your companions, yes. You don't know way to Mayhane. Glad to hear become familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks around the house, so whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of the Radiant host, I thank you and your friends for lending your strength and courage for Razadhan in our time of need. Shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end. We will honor Oshman's legacy, serve Master Future as well. You have my word. Your efforts will not be in vain. So I guess there's a cutoff, right? There's a cutoff like Shadowbringers did.
No. You don't actually have to do class quests. You could actually just keep going in the story.
I think I'll do that. Like, I'll probably come back at a certain time. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, they're long, so.
Yeah, I don't know if that's stream content or off-stream content.
I would say off stream so you can go at them at your own pace, because they are a few hours.
My interest just isn't there. Like, it's cool. Like, I want to delve into it, but I'm not a huge fan of breaking my thing. What do you call it? Momentum.
Yeah. Keep that momentum going.
Welcome. When such asked us to entertain the party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. Slowly surprised to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kazel from your friend Grau Hatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. And thank you enough for dispatching these beasts as the smallest token of our thanks. Our food and drink tonight are on our Marine's treat. Speaking of which, what should I start you off with? For the bonus lore quest chain. Right. Like, all for bonus stuff is fine. Like, I'm for that. I dig it. Radiant, want word with, pray tell. Our last percent military delegates, that's news to me. Mind sharing the details? More self-interest, so offline recording rather than streaming would be best in relation to the role quests. Yeah, I just
so
not into it.
All the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
So many poisonings. Are we gonna go for round 3?
Here's your order, friend.
What, you think they're gonna poison you?
Probably. Someone always wants to.
Oh yeah, no,
May
Baja
you
is
find
definitely the
comfort
fucking way
in
to
these
level.
dark times.
Where do we go from here?
To the moon.
If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days.
But the final days were only forestalled because of Zodiark. Zodiark's presence kept effectively all of reality bound together.
Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
Or flower. He kind of sounds like Doodle Bob, actually, the Watcher.
So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
Uh-huh.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Wait a minute. Where is there?
Not alive as such, but not quite dead.
Elidibus in the Crystal Tower, maybe?
Elidibus.
Yeah.
I sealed him in the White Horosite of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. We can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
It's worth a shot.
Yes, we can but act and hope for the best.
If nothing else, should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight.
Yes, Thancred.
That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
The rough part is that the rabbits will be incredibly sad when crisis is averted.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can.
Yo, how do you plan to, transport
I
Hracefulgar
will consult with
and
Master
other
Matoya
dragons?
and see if she knows of a way to reach
They can fly.
Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
I guess they can fly through
I
space.
will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when
Fact.
they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation. Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends and end begins.
My God. Turning the page, turning the corner, what have you. Is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? In that case, I think it's time we attended each of our tasks, and when you arrive in the first, give my regards to Reen, tell her I miss her. Take this, my spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower systems on Bacillus. If even the smallest fragments of Elpis' essence remain, it should be possible to locate it. As for the access to Bacillus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are, so sends Watts the extensor gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I am living my life to the fullest and I'm happy in the hardships and all. Best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we will see each other again ere long. So, I mean, that is a good point to also note. And in the Amarot dungeon, when you went through, you started off with the first beast, and then everything started to get smaller. And thus, then you got to about, what was it? The one that lays eggs. And then things got a little darker, and then led up to the final big bad, which was pretty large, but it was pretty oppressive in terms of enemies at that point. So, just things to notice about parallels between the Amarot dungeon, which is effectively a slice of Endwalker light. And I wonder if it's going to be, if that's going to be a actual relevant lore thing, like why they get smaller, or if that's going to be kind of a limiting factor on like, oh yeah, that's why we don't have a bunch of like the first beast wandering around. A power cap, so to speak. Start level 86. I guess we are 86 now, aren't we? God damn. I mean, progress is being made. I don't even know if I have shirk on my bar. I don't think I have shirk on my bar. Not that I ever actually use it.
No, it's very situational when we actually use it.
I feel like that's something you just like, oh yeah, I'm putting this on my bar now. It's 9? 9 is Holy Spirit. Oh, never mind, I do have it. Shows how often I actually use the stupid skill. Yep, you are returned. Have you been well, you and the others? I like the claws on this set. I don't like the feet claws, but the claws go pretty hard. Guess my lord is enjoying himself. Did this to you, these exact words? Oh, to know he is happy, it fills my heart with joy. Thank you for taking care of him. Next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile as a request though it is. We'll do the twinning. What's the twinning? That all is well here. Peace you gifted us continues. We work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. We had to mention one dilemma would be the question of our governance, even as we speak. Debate rages over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that settlement council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, which representatives are elected to run policy and handle diplomacy. I don't know if I've done the twinning or not. If it's optional, probably not. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however, we choose to proceed. Now replace our lord, no one could. We recently observed an unusual phenomenon. Can I say there have been? Curious you'd ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled and stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. Reen has been dedicating herself to the restoration of the empty, you see. It will take many long years. Her goal seems to have given her a new sense of purpose and fulfillment. When I saw in such a state of worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to approach the subject with her? Don't think Bacillus very well. I shall fetch the key at once and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say. It'll be as long as soon as I can. While waiting for people to gather for EX or... I mean, yeah. There's a number of things I still have to do. And waiting for people when we do things like Hades EX and stuff. I mean, oh damn, I just go run a dungeon real quick while everyone gets ready or finishes their tasks. Not gonna be super, you know... I'm not worried. Once I finish MSQ, the game opens up. Like, straight up. Like, the entirety of the game opens up. I have access to everything. Until Dawn Trail. I'd like to not get into that Ethan Ace personally. Here and Covenant. Finishing Endwalker main. I'm aware. I'm aware. I can physically only do so much though. I also want to move on with other games. Like, I still want to play 14, but I also want to move on to other games that I stream. My old eyes to see me, is that truly Kip? Oh, hi. I'm full glad am I to see you, hail and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise to have you back with us at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the flood and the Knight's Return. This project we tend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome. You'll be one to crown them all. Let's not have this discussion in chat, please. Let's not. This is me asking kindly. Thank you. Ask to contribute a chapter of the soul. Expertise key to understanding that much of your endeavors. In the course of developing Spirit Vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the Rift. Will allow me to test your existence and deeds. There's no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you indulge me, just one for now. Request to restore the night you faced many a formidable foe, among them who offer you the greatest struggle. Attaining the fallen fairy king, such a fiendishly playful opponent. Can't well imagine that the war of darkness must have struggled. Setting them free. Make sure you prove it a pivotal moment for your quest. See, it features prominently in my tome. You'll have to talk your ear off more, but we really should be on our way. These documents from Yulmore won't collect themselves. Of course, and afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? So we might clarify a few points in your treatsy. Until next time, then, don't tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend here in particular, remind him not to overexert himself again and again until his ears fall off. That's what it takes for him to take it to heart. Tail. It's not the Warrior of Darkness. My god. Oh, hi. It's Small Cat. What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. Best not, Riki. You only give her a stomach ache. We've come to see Moran to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. While I know I want to be mage, Arkell isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I think of taking out the axe or the sword or maybe the bow. They all seem right, but it's hard to decide, so I'd ask Moran. He knows a lot about things. Listen here, all. Why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? I think suits Arkell best, sword or bow. Bow, you could be just like Renda Ray, the Warrior of Light. Love that tale. Let's borrow that book today. It is popular. I hope it's still here. Thanks for helping me decide Warrior of Darkness to start with that style and maybe try something else later on. When I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. This one should be having basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. What is this thought for me? Of course not. It's Feowal. Waited and waited and waited, but she won't acknowledge the presence of her beautiful branch, even though they're not, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing. A sapling is cold and cruel and heartless. Truly missed me. You should have cried out for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. Make up for it. You will call me twice the passion next time. But for there to be next time, you have some struggles to overcome. So my adorable sapling, deliver destruction, is it? How do I know this? Join as we are spying is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. We'd like to aid you in your quest, but the fate of we Fae folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, we too do follow, such is our way. Most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. Nice. If escape's not to your liking, you must struggle with your fellow mortals. But here are the ones you're waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion awaits at Tale's End. My apologies for the delay. It's wonderful to see you again. Where is Gaia? Where is Goth GF? You're doubtless have much to be catching up to do, so I'll leave you to it. I'm taking the liberty of unlocking the umbilical system. You may enter at your leisure. I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling in the pit of my stomach. I was afraid that something might have happened. Have I finished Eden yet? No. I literally have E9 through 12 to do. I just haven't had the time or people. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that. The Oracle Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. The past few days, though, the connection was wavers if immense something was distant, then close, and then distant again. And then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling I had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window. To my horror, the sky was ablaze like during a star shower. Then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one had seen what I had seen. As I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of my half-remembered dream. You're not telling me. I have to know, please. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how terrible it is. No, I'll finish Eden when I get around to it. I got Hades EX tomorrow that I want to do. Worst case scenario, I literally just sit in queues with randoms. It was my imagination, then the doom we witnessed in Amarant has come again. Can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the first, so don't worry about us. Please look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. If the final days reach us here as well, you may be sure we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold out until you can find a way to save all our worlds. As long as you continue your fight, we too shall we. United in purpose beneath the blazing sky. For the head of the Imbecilis to consult with Elpis, right? I'll do some consulting of my own, speak with Lena, and deciding how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's from now, but we'll see each other again, I'm sure of it. Will be easier to find people. It's current content, I would assume it would be. I hear Pandemonium's kind of a pain in the ass, though.
Honestly, from what I have to say, no worse than Baja.
I mean, I don't even think Bodge is. I think Bodge is just one of those I would have to sit down and just do it.
It's a grind. It's a decent way to get XP. I've gone up about a quarter of a level, just kind of doing random shaker.
Yeah, not bad. Savage is fun but hard to get peeps wanting to do it. At some point, I will be doing it. I need to finish Eden. I need to do Eden Savage, then I'll move on to Pandemonium Savage. Like, that's why I started playing this game. Welcome back. Cap just told me, give the word and I'll listen to the ocular. Just Banui cheeks right in my face. This is the 14 experience. Probably tastes like raspberry.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business. Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elitibus entity. Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
It's small Elpis.
My friends. No more than a dream.
Not small Elpis.
He is small Elpis.
You. Why have you awakened me?
So about Zodiac.
I no longer sense those places beyond. Or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all. So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star.
His BA is really good.
The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share. I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there. And before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes.
Once again, more Greek influence.
That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis. No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief.
Time travel time.
In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment.
I need to see how they do it. Like, I'm very mixed on time travel as a mechanic. I need to see how this is done.
Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned.
So we're just a ghost watching a cutscene, effectively.
In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days.
Right, we've already had it, but we're diving more into it.
To undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey? Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic. The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular.
We're gonna see. Like, I know time travel's been pretty persistent throughout. It has. I'm just hoping they don't overdo it.
Appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act?
Mm-hmm.
Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back.
Not small little bit.
Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
Hmm. Is that Eidolon? Very tall. Guide-like man. Uh-huh. The man stands duly by the Aetheryte-like device to guide a facility in all likelihood. Indeed, the man stands, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. As little as one appears, your form is intangible. This is the right place, yes. Propylion. The one's word this facility is called Propylion. Gently prod the woman to attraction, but feel nothing, and seems neither does she. Like, being able to visit as a memory is fine. I think that's completely fine, and I think that's completely fair. With an Aetheryte, perhaps it's possible to attune with it. I guess we can just attune to this, okay. Wait, energy field to attune with the device, you can only assume it operates differently. Probably. Remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half mask, much like the phantoms you encounter in Amara Lamentorium. It recreated Amarat. Seem you have made it to your destination. The Lalafell experience. Lalafels are what? Half my size too. Massive. Gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but man does not offer as much as a glance in the general direction. Like being able to view and not like change things. This is fine. The lid's outside, but how to open it? Zoom.
And here we are, Elpis.
Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor?
Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
That's Finn Daniel.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
There he is. He's got that Xehanort vibe going on.
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's.
So Stuart little moment.
She created it. Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image. So let's leave it be. Come now.
I like that they can actually notice us. That's interesting.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words.
It's literally too intangible.
Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Spare a snifter, shall we?
Who do you take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded.
Amazing. I'm getting Mad Xehanort vibes from him.
Close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
From which one?
From Hades.
Yeah.
He's got.
It's the yellow eyes.
It's the white hair too. He do got that that Xemnas vibe.
Yeah.
You may open your eyes.
There's also the robes. The robes don't help. We have become large. Large.
Oh.
Have we become large, or has
adjusted
everything become
its size.
small?
I don't like this. I don't like this line of
Better
thinking.
to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings.
It is Hythlodaeus.
I am Hythlodaeus.
Yes, it is.
Chief of the Bureau of the Architect. Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14. And how might we address you, my new friend? A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words. So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here. You do not know? Or cannot say?
We can't say. We
Allow me
can't.
to ask a different question then. What brings you here? Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend. And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
He does speak reason.
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree?
Hythlodaeus is the enabler here, as it turns out.
Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here.
Yeah. Yeah. This thing is a
Welcome,
Mikote.
my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
Oh, okay, so this is the world unsundered. Interesting. Dog! Dog!
This presence.
Moondog! Axolotls. No!
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
Yeah, I saw the eighth right. I figured this was the next area. I don't think I've ever seen anybody actually here, though. That is Ann Bird person.
You don't hear a lot. I like the singer.
What secrets are you hiding, I
A lot of hunt trains run through here.
Oh, I believe it. Fair enough. Oh my god. Father, my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why it feels like you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now that beginner guided tour, perhaps you already know the things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I should start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to ether, creation magics allow us to bring forth anything we desire, but be inanimate objects or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, must all undergo evaluation at the Bureau of the Architect. Part of this process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to Elpis for in-depth observation and study. Fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you'll enjoy touring with it. Or touring with us. Now then, our friend Hermes, aside from overseeing the facility, he also conducts his own research. Chances are he will be at the main observation hub, so let him seek out the first. Tired as you are, however, you stand out a little too much. My dear Emmett Suck wishes to keep a low profile on his errand, so do you know how to make a robe? Basic concept will do. No, in that case, Emmett's... No, your whim, your responsibility. You're not getting another thimble of ether out of me. The way he scrimps sometimes, you think he wasn't a nigh bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe. Perhaps you can assist. Come on, let us search for the requisite material. It got to be wildly inaccessible to ARs. Yeah, 100%. That's 86, 87, and then we'll go back to Charlian for 88. Those are big bugs. That's just Snakeman from Dark Souls. Have we entered Sen's Fortress? We've entered Sen's Fortress. That is called Nophion. Okay, just making sure. No means no, just be grateful I'm even willing to wait. Love this man. Yes, these creatures should suffice. An etheric rope point you use it to capture, shall we say, 2 pedalotl. There are 3 species here. I believe any 2 kinds should suffice. Did mention the strength of the rope is tied, no pun intended, to the strength of the user. As your ether is still thin compared to ours, you'll need to weaken the pedalotl first. Go into the past with the Asians, only to have to just beat the crap out of butterflies. This is the way. Whoops. Also, they should also be able to see that I'm sundered. They should be able to see that I don't have a complete soul in comparison to them.
They mentioned that.
They mentioned our ether was thin.
They thought you were, what you call it?
Familiar.
Construct by a Zen. Yeah, familiar made by a Zen.
Mine. Butterfly screeches as it goes into the bag. Got the petal out of here. Come let us see. Take your butterflies. Gonna convert them to a robe anyways. Yes, these fine fellows do nicely. Now for a spot of reversion. There, it's ready. Nothing fancy. We're trying not to stand out. Try it on for size. No, it's fine. There's no one around to tell us off, and besides, we can always make more petal out eye. They only need a tiny amount of ether. It may take some effort to get the form and composition right, but anyone familiar with the concept should be able to manage. All in good disguise and educated. Well and good to disguise and educated, but won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn. Fair point, but at least it should spare you unwanted attention from casual observers. And Zuck speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual nature will be plain to those who think to look. Someone question your presence to make excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. Simply say that you're familiar. Question is whose? Of course, as Ems, if you say you belong to her, people will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behavior. Exploiting our associate's absence. For lack of her presence, absolutely. Were she here, she'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. That yellow story settles. Continue with our errand. Oh, cool. We do get the actual robe. Kind of cool. We're just running around in armor, yeah.
The robe does look good, though.
Right, let's continue along the path to ignore. My inventory is messed up. I'm not going to be able to finagle that on stream.
Yeah.
If there's an observation hub and residence both, they should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes. Something caught my attention. So confused. I'm gonna sit if you. Yes, can I help you? Wish to speak with Chief Hermes. You know where I might find him? Well, now, by your mask, I assume you're one of the 14. Wasn't aware this to be a visitation. Being you into something of a surprise, your discretion in the matter would be most appreciated. I see. My lips are sealed. Chief should be conducting observations as usual. Hivoscule has been aquatic creatures. Hope you will find them with one of the pools here. Pools, you say. Many thanks and apologies for disrupting your work. Yeah, have a good one. I say Hythlodaeus. Have we ever met Hermes? Well, I've never met Hermes. You know him well, do you not? That being the case, simply find him by his ether. Aye, that I could. As you know, Emmett Silk and I can discern the color of souls. By that same token, we can also see ether keenly and from great distances. With this skill, I could readily locate Hermes, but I felt that would be a waste of an opportunity. Here to perform an assessment. After all, by searching the ordinary way, stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge for it. Much for my own enjoyment. This is as much for your own enjoyment, like as not, but point taken. Going to accompany us, make sure you're useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. So you know, it's because we're in Elpis that we don't have our cowls up. Special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we do not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. It's common sense, but I do not assume you possess any. Oh god, this man maintained consistent throughout the eons. Rare treat indeed to be able to search for someone by their appearance, and I think that you. Thank you for humoring me. Let's find our man. And unicorn, okay. It's a mender. You can find some mounts here. Oh, that's super cool. Bewinged girl. Axolotls! God, that mountain's gonna be so weird to get, though. What weird fish creatures?
What, axolotls?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't make sense.
Axolotls are very strange.
You know they don't decay, they dissolve into foam when they die?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, axolotls are weird.
Yeah, they are. Bird.
Oh. Different. You're different too. You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be... Wait. Please. Wait. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Bird.
May we please be friends?
Gotta protect small bird.
Ah, I see you found him.
Hythlodaeus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You were of the convocation.
Emmett Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chance to...
Ben Daniel does look pretty consistent with how you'd expect him to look.
Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteon. It means shooting star.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment. Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing. But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait to the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
Wait a minute. Pandemonium's gonna take place here, isn't it? That makes sense, actually.
What's wrong, Hermes?
Like, how the hell do they fit all this into a raid series?
Missing.
My God. You see Kip just chewing in the background. Fimsh.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
The axolotl is sus.
You're saying they can climb with their sorry excuses for limbs?
I'm waiting for this axolotl just to like spout water, just like jet of water from its mouth into Emmett Silk's face.
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Metron created a sky-swimming fish.
Wait. That almost sounds like, well, it's not a fish. It almost sounds like Bismarck to a degree.
The Ambistomas, too, can fly, if only slightly. And they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however... Excuse me.
He must go save the axolotl.
I'll help, too.
It's like you're kidding me. Stares at it. The axolotl stares back.
What are we supposed to do with this lot?
You're obviously babysitting it. Come on, Emmett Silk. Come on now.
May I suggest we split up?
Oh, this was a flying flesh in the sea of clouds. Oh, that's cool.
If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
I love them. That raid series is gonna suck. That raid series is gonna suck so hard, especially on Savage.